So this is the most important trick or tip for dieting that nobody really takes into account. You need to be able to eat whatever you like to eat in a way that's congruent with your goals. If you can't eat the things you like to eat, you're never going to be able to stick to the diet long term, and you're not going to be able to keep the weight off or maintain it. So you'll literally diet for 8 weeks and then you'll get fat again. So let's not do that. So the way to do this is, let's just take, for example, I like cheeseburgers, I like tacos, I like burritos. Those are pretty much the main foods that if I could eat every day, I don't feel like I'm dieting, and it's very easy to stick to. Now, those aren't the most diet-friendly foods on paper, but if we make slight modifications, they become very diet-friendly. So, first thing, all 3 of those, you could use either boneless, skinless chicken breast, or you could use lean ground burger. You could use ground turkey as well, though it's a little drier. I like it, but obviously I prefer ground hamburger. It's a lot juicier. So I can't use 80/20 or 90/10. So I use 94/6, 95/5, or 96/4 lean ground burger. Okay. So let's just take, for example, a hamburger. Okay. Typical buns are anywhere from 170 to 230 calories. But if you get the low carb keto buns, they're 70 calories. Full fat mayonnaise, I believe, is around 120 calories a tablespoon. Low fat mayonnaise, it's like 30. Okay. So just with the bun and the mayo, that's 100 calories. 4 ounces of lean ground burger, that's 150. So now you're at 250 calories. What else needs to go on there? A little bit of low sugar ketchup or low sugar barbecue sauce. It's pretty much nothing. It's about 15 more calories. Then you add your lettuce and tomato, maybe some onion or pickle on the side. Pretty much no calories in that. What really sets it off though is the cheese. So we have to have room for cheese. Cheese is 120 calories an ounce. So you have an ounce of cheese, a 4 ounce burger, keto bun, a little bit of low fat mayo, and a little bit of barbecue sauce. That whole meal is about 400 calories for that burger, rather, not for the whole meal. Then, what do we like with our burgers? We like fries. Now, you can't have deep fried French fries. It's just not going to fit. You're going to use all your fats for the day. It's really, really palatable and it's easy to consume a lot, and you're just going to overeat it. So, you get the air fryer. You crinkle cut some fries up, put them in. When they're almost done, spray them with the Pam spray, shake them up, spray them again, season them, throw them back in. Depending on how much you use, you can get away with a good, say, 250 calories extra. So now you're looking at a 650 to max 700 calorie meal where you're getting to eat a cheeseburger with French fries. Is it as good as a regular cheeseburger and French fries? No, but it's good enough to satiate you and keep you in line so you can stay on the diet long term. Okay. So now let's look at tacos. Now, tacos are actually an easy one. The street tacos, they're about 33 calories each for just the shell. So you don't double them up, you just use one. So you have 3 taco shells, it's only 100 calories. 6, that's 200 calories. Once again, you use some chicken breast or some lean ground beef, you're talking 120 to 150 calories. That's really the way you go about it. And what sets those off also? It's the cheese. What else do you got to put on there? Some green salsa, not much calories, some lettuce on there, something like that. Now, if you want to add fats like avocado, it could start to add up quick. But other than that, the meal's pretty low fat and it's easy to stick to. Now, burrito, same thing. As long as I could have a burrito with cheese on it, it's good for me. The carb balance, I don't know if it's Smart Tortilla, the carb balance tortillas, they're about 110 calories. You could fit an easy 6 ounces of meat in there, which is about 40 grams of protein right there, 36 grams of protein, plus the cheese, another 6, 7 grams. You got 40 grams of protein from the burrito. Same thing with that burger. That burger's got around uh, 35, 40 grams of protein as well. So these are low calorie versions of the foods you already like. Now, late at night, I like to put on a podcast or watch like some YouTube video, and I would prefer to have something sweet, but I can't have ice cream because a pint of Ben and Jerry's is like 1,300 calories. I think the low end ones are around 1,000. Okay. So how do I deal with my sweet tooth? What I do is I use fat free Greek yogurt. I prefer phage. I add about 140 calories of blueberries or raspberries and blueberries, which is, what is that? I think it's around 250, 280 grams. Like it's quite a bit of volume. Mix that up really good. Half a scoop of protein powder on the top for some extra protein and flavor, and then some sugar-free maple syrup or the butter flavored sugar-free syrups. All these are like really good. So they do have some calories, but it's like I want to say like 10 to 15 calories per like tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, 15 milliliters. It's not very much. So you get this big bowl of Greek yogurt that's super high protein. 2 servings of the Greek yogurt is 340 grams. And then you add in the 250, say, grams of the blueberries. Now you have already a pound of food. The Greek yogurt, 2 servings, I want to say is 36 grams of protein for the phage fat free, half a scoop of protein powder. Now you're at 48 grams of protein. Drizzle on the sugar free syrup. It's delicious. Is it as good as ice cream? No, it's not. But that's how I make it work. And I could still have my sweet treat every single night, something I look forward to. It's easier to stay locked in during the day because I know I get that at night. It's like the little carrot in front, just keeping you motivated throughout the day. So, this is the kind of stuff we have to do if we want to maintain our look and our physique long term. Okay. And that really is the goal. It's not just to look like this for 1 month out of the year, it's to look like this all year and to never get too far away from this. If you get too far away from this, you realize, okay, I'm outside striking distance. I need to lock back in. I need to go back on the diet. If you're always within striking distance, you're never more than 4 to 5 weeks of dieting away from being shredded again. So it's a really good feeling. And I'm getting to enjoy all the things I like. Now, one way to make this really easy, your first 2 meals of the day, make them focused just on hitting your macros to leave the rest for your fun meal, your social meal, your enjoyable meal later in the day. So if I have an egg white omelet for breakfast, that's almost no fat other than the ham spray. It's very filling because it's a ton of egg whites, and then I use some spinach and mushrooms, which are almost no calories. Then I have maybe a pound of strawberries, which with it, which is 120 to 150 calories, and it's a lot of volume. I have that for my first meal around 12. That pushes me till 4 or 5 p.m. No problem. 4 or 5 p.m. rolls around. I know I got something good going on later. Okay, double scoop of protein, 50 calories, or sorry, 50 grams of protein right there, around 240 calories, with the added little fats and carbs. And then I'll have some frozen blueberries with that, and maybe half a banana. That whole meal right there, once again, it's under 400 calories, no fat, not very high carbs, high fiber, micronutrients. I'm hitting my protein. Now I'm already at 75 to 100 grams of protein knocked out already with less than 10 grams of fat for the day and not many carbs, probably less than 50, 60 grams of carbs so far for the day. Now I only have 1 meal left. For that final meal, depending on my protein requirements, I might only need 50 to 75 grams more of protein. If I need more, then I could beef up the other meals with a little more protein. But now, if I go out to dinner, my options are open. I could get a steak. I could fit in a glass of wine or two, maybe a couple of beers if they're not, like triple IPAs or something crazy like that. Like regular beers are like 120 to 130-ish calories. Wine is like 160 to 170, most glasses of wine. So now you're able to enjoy yourself more and you're able to be social while still enjoying all the things you like. If you start to cut out things you like completely, you eventually are going to go off the rails and binge. It's just not congruent with the long term success of being jacked year round. We don't want to get jacked once and take some photos. You want to be jacked all the time. So you need to set up systems and habits and routines and ways to maintain it. The only way to do that is eating the things you like. So we have to figure out ways to do so. I don't care if it's birria that you like. I don't care if it's cookies that you like. If you like cookies, okay, Cookies are going to go in pre-workout. What are cookies? They're usually about 150 to 200 calories, sometimes 220 calories a cookie. Okay, two cookies, call it 400 calories, two scoops of protein, 250 calories. Okay, you're looking at 650 calories that you're eating right around your workout, but you're going to eat cookies every day. Now, me personally, I can't do that. It'll make me kill sleeves and boxes of cookies. But if that works for you, that works for you. I have a client every single day. He has Sour Patch Kids pre-workout with his pre-workout, and he loves it. He eats half a pack. He doesn't get to eat, 2 packs of them, but half a pack every day he loves. And if he wanted to eat more, he could, but it's not super satiating, and he likes to leave those calories around for later. So whatever your favorite food is, I want you to keep eating it, but we have to find a way to modify other ingredients in it, lower the fat in the beef. I don't like to use low fat cheese. I don't like the way it tastes. So I will make other sacrifices in other places to leave room for full fat cheese. But strategies like this are the only way, in my opinion, you're going to maintain this diet long term. Yeah, you can just do fruits and veggies and meat, super clean whole foods the rest of your life, but that's not a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. It's nice to be able to have a piece of pie. It's nice to be able to go to a birthday party and eat something. Um, I'm going to talk more in the future about how to maintain your social life like this and how to front load the calories earlier in the day. But think about this. What are my favorite foods? If I could eat these every single day, I wouldn't feel like I'm dieting. Now, how do I bring the calories down and still make them good enough to where I enjoy it? If I go low fat cheese, low fat burger, keto bun, low fat mayo, you know, uh, baked potatoes, not air fried, no spray on them, the calorie difference isn't that much, but how much I enjoy the meal drops off significantly. And you just feel like something's missing. Your food's kind of bland. It's not as fun. Like, eating is part of life, and enjoying your food is like one of the most enjoyable things in life. Like, everybody likes what they like, whether it's the comfort food your mom used to make or your grandma used to make or just something you like a lot. We got to find a way to make this work. Uh, One more thing I like a lot is grilled cheese and tuna. That's a great one. You get some Dave's bread, 120 calories a slice, can of tuna on there, 130, 200 calories, but like 30 grams of protein, ounce and a half of cheese, looking at 180 calories. And then I put that in the George Foreman or the panini maker. It ends up being, yeah, it's around 600 calories, 640 calories or so. But I don't feel like I'm dieting when I'm able to have the grilled cheeses and stuff like that. So think about what your favorite foods are and how you can make them work for your goals. And this is going to help you stay ripped year round and not just get ripped for spring break and then balloon back up and put it back on. Okay. So work on that.